Hey guys, welcome to Willbricksproductions. Today we are looking at my behind the scenes for my favorite stop motion I have probably made on this channel so far as of today. And this is just amazing. 5 weeks, 1 month, and 1 week. Or, well, those are the 2 days of saying it. But I love what you've done to this, and I really hope you enjoy it. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out right now. And if you aren't subscribed or you haven't liked it, please go check it out. Now this is a documentary slash kind of like help guide. So I'm going to be showing you as I go through. But I really want to make this a documentary, but it didn't turn out that way. So let's just a little touch of behind the scenes, the things I did. I thought it'd be nice to show you guys and how I made this stop motion. So let's get into it without further ado. There's a circus scene that was the 17 I made, but got over 4K views, before probably around 5K views when this comes out. But still, yeah, I just want to thank you guys again. Thank you very much. Channel stop motion that is probably going to do really well and get a lot of hits and be big. So yeah, this is one of the sets right now that I'm working on, what I've made. And this is what you spin around, and I got a bunch of 501st and Phase 2 troopers inside here with Commander Rex. And yeah, what I do is I go on my Chromebook right here, and I just go frame by frame, getting the exact thing, and find the exact master shots and where the lightsabers need to be. Some of them are a little hard to see because it was just so dark on this actual film of it. And yeah, so that's what I do, and that's how I make my films. So let's get into the what else this video has to offer and what tips I can give to you. It's a little hard to make big sets for every single thing. So that's what I do is I just set it up like this. I have one base plate behind it and not anything in the back of it. Just stuck into the ground using little building techniques. Place it bigger, have them like this, and then I just make them shoot, and it looks rather good. And just place them down. And what I use is the camera stand, is I use bricks to hold them into the base plate, and it holds the camera pretty well without falling down. So yeah, right now I'm working on that scene where Rex is looking up towards the ceiling where our circle breaks out, and I'm just kind of doing this thing so I can prop it up against this wall, and then use my camera thing and just zoom out very easily, and it'll look like this. Okay guys, so I propped it up. It's morning now, and I can start working again. Propped it up, and then I'm going to use this camera stand right here to move it back slowly so that it works and it looks great in the shot, and it takes up a lot of frame space because there's a lot of time between after she escapes and then Rex says his first words, at least 15 to 30 seconds. I gotta fill that with 22 FPS, and it's very difficult. So yeah, to hold the camera going, so just go like that, and then bam. He does a good job of not moving. He used 3 or more areas of pillars. Rex on top of these droids. Well, you see there's a little stud connecting his foot to the top of his droid. So if you want to recreate this, which probably you won't, there's a little tidbit for you because this is very hard. So yeah. Also, I just finished that scene where troops are coming down the doors and they close it when these droids are carrying him out. So yeah, I'm about done with this one scene. Probably would be uploading it set for my new stop motion that's coming out. And it's Rex getting his trigger hip removed. And I've never been so glad to have all this medical supplies from the hospital, which is a great Lego set to own. So I'm glad that I have that, and I'm about to unload Rex onto the bed and then put him under that thingy, which will be put up against this thing so you can't really see anything behind there like that blue board. As soon as I figure out how to get it up. But you know, yeah. With this film that I'm making, something I really wanted to do was capture good lighting, because I realized when I was making some of the film parts that lighting was a major issue. So what I did was I blocked this off and covered that up because the sunlight's a little too bright outside, as you can see right now. So I covered that up, but a little light got in here, which was a problem. So I tried covering it with my hand, but it didn't work well. And this is for the shot when Rex is moving in his chamber, which is back here, which just actually fell down. But that's where it's going, and then yeah, it's gonna look really good in the shot. Cause I did a lot of frames for that, so yeah. And let's move on to the next part of how I made Season 7, Episode 11 of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Doorway hallway scene. They're coming down, walking, and then this door's gonna close straight on them. Really cool. I had to reshoot to make sure it matched the scene that came before with our film bit, because I did these two separate scenes. So, this is like the door, the function I use. Now I use one of these bricks each time to bring the door up, because this is a pretty big door, and you know, when you just have it like this, it's a little hard to bring up, you know what I mean? So I thought of this solution of just like doing one brick, stacking with this, and then like attaching it each time, which I thought was a pretty cool strategy. So there's just a little tidbit for you guys. Rail piece again to slide the camera, make it move smoothly across the surface, and then we have this amazing pillow right here. And yeah, you're just gonna see how I made this. This is just really cool. I got these lights from the front sets, and then these were just round pillars. I should just use the ones from the front set that they had, and then I'm using the sonar just from the Falcon to make this amazing little bunker build. So I thought that was pretty cool, and yeah. So yeah, let's get into the next part of the scene where the gunship flies into Mandalore. The first scene we've seen actually in the stop motion, and we have this gunship flying in right here into the stage. So I have this big camera stand stacked up a bunch of boxes, mats, a bunch of stuff, and then we put this camera and the phone right here. And then we do magic, and we make this gunship just fly. We just hold it by this handle, and yeah, I used to do it with bricks, with these Duplo blocks, but that didn't work out so well for racing. Yeah, way too difficult, so I just decided to do that. And then I used this tower for my Lego City. It's custom little junky things. I would do barrel building, but it's just a tiny set for like 5 seconds of film, so I didn't put that much detail into it actually. So yeah, that one of the hardest scenes I have had to do for stop motion is the first scene. So the first scene has many dynamic sets and many things I had to build, seeing in the images now, but it's just a lot of work to rebuild sets and more, and sets and sets and sets. Even if it's just a little background thing like this, it takes time, so it's a lot harder to make. And yeah, so just really does help out though. Like, I mean, honestly, if you build a set like this, isn't that good of a set. It took me about probably 10 minutes at max, but you know, it's what I'm dealing with to try to make the best quality content for you guys. And that's what this stop motion is really about, is making great content. So yeah. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm setting up my Seas of Mandalore scene when they're transporting Maul on this ship. So you should go up there. Okay guys, so we're getting the ramp scene to get the illusion of this being that tiny ramp right there, so that the troops can walk down it, and it looks pretty good. I'm also running an iPhone wire underneath this, I just realized, because I needed to charge it from my Chromebook and then to the side of the phone, because that was a little bit complicated. And then I have this for my camera stand, which I'll show you right now. So yeah, it looks pretty good. The only thing I don't like about this is you can see the Han Solo and Carbonite in the back. I should have coated it like with a gray piece of paper or whatever, but I mean, it's fine, you know. I don't really care that much about it. Another scene that I made, I really just wanted to capture the most detail I could, so I made this extension bigger on this area than this area to fit the scaling of this correctly, because this thing's really out of scale. It should be a lot bigger. But right here we have these pillars right here, and those were actually shown in the background shots. So I wanted to get as close as possible to being as most accurate as possible. Guys, so here's another little tidbit for you guys. So when you have a scene like where something's trying to be thrown to the ceiling, what I did was I literally got this little contraption and I fit the cameras just so that it's barely touching, and it's zoomed in on just this one section because I don't have that many dark red see-through bricks. So what I did was I moved this guy like very close to the camera and then pushed him up and then made him fall down. But you can only see this in the background. You can't see all the rest of the ceiling. So I just wanted to show you guys that little tidbit, and let's continue with this documentary. When you're moving figures around, I usually attach it by something else and like move it off camera so you actually really can't see it. So like in this scene, when the troop is flying back down, it goes, you know, and you can't really see the blue rod, so I don't have to do any erasing, and it looks nice and clean. And you just move the figure as it goes, and you screen mask it so that you can actually see like what you did beforehand, so that you don't repeat the same shot, like, or you go back up or down on accident. So that's a little tidbit for you guys as well. So let's continue to documentary. I got 2 more scenes to do. I got this scene, but this scene doesn't really count because it's almost done. I got Darth Maul's hallway, and then I think I gotta remaster that scene, the first scene I did ever, because I wasn't thinking about making the whole episode, and then I made a custom figure, and it looked weird to have like 2 different figures of Ahsoka because she never changes. You know what I mean? Like I had her like torso where she's showing her stomach and all that before, but now I have this custom one, so I have to remaster that scene and the Darth Maul hallway scene, and then we're done, and it'll be uploaded soon. So that's really great. I'm really excited. Now we're getting, guys, looks pretty good. It's the hallway prison escape. I have these angled forward, well, angled like in this direction so that you can actually see the inside of the prison cell a little bit and all that kind of detail I put into it. These aren't even stuck on here. They're just placed so that it's not, so that it looks better than it would with studs with it. I don't know what you're trying to say, but it looks pretty good, I'd say. I mean, for a cyber prison cell, it looks pretty good. And thanks to my mistake on the bricklink order, I was able to make this happen. So, thank you. But, yeah, it looks pretty good. And Maul is just leaving, so we're almost done with stop motion. From what point I'm at right now. I have 2 more scenes to go. The Maul hallway scene and the reshoots for other scenes, like other scenes, and the main scene that I'm going to redo is that one where they're on the Brandon Bridge and Ahsoka's saying that Rex is a good friend because I used the wrong made figure for that because I didn't make the custom one yet and I didn't know I was going to be making the whole episode when I made that. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next part of this documentary. Okay, guys, here's my set for Maul Mandel, and looks pretty good. And then I got these laser blast things that I'm going to be blasting out the blasters. And my editor said, who's my friend, that we could actually do that. So I'm really excited for that, and I put so much detail into this little section. I'm going to do that for all the sections. So yeah, even the door, I'm going to make it like slope arches. I'm going to make it slide in like interlockingly, and then cut off his arm. So that's going to be really cool. Some sliding door action right here. It's really cool how I did this because I have this little contraption to carry the weight of this thing. So you see I have this, and then I would have some heavier bricks on the back of it to make it stand up straight. So I'm going to show you that right now as soon as I reattach it because it recently fell off. And bam, look at that. Pretty darn clean. I mean, that looks really good. And then I can just slide both of these in. And mine the tape that was for an arm because the arm got cut off. And yeah, you just slide those in and they fit pretty good. Now I would not have been able to do this without these parts for the Lethal Tower, so thank you, Mom, for that. But you know, yeah. Lasers, and I'm just doing like little sequences and bring them back up and down. But this documentary is going to be great on damn making. I can't wait for that. And the stop motion is going to be great too. Got my Chromebook right here next to it. Yeah. So we're going to continue with that. And hopefully it'll be up by Friday. Now for this next little tidbit, I have 2 scenes for it. It's the same scene but 2 scenes. One of them's before we started this whole project, and one of them's after, which is the last scene I did. So you're going to see the difference between the 2 scenes. So we have my bridge that, you know, if you're running out low on bricks, here's a suggestion: just build half the set and only the stuff that will be on the camera. Like, look at this. This looks like a great scene just from the side angle, and you can zoom in and look at that. It looks like a scene, and you just have these figures walking across the bridge. So that's how I use like less bricks, and I try to conserve the bricks I have because I really don't have a lot. Like this is it. Like I mean, the gray bricks that I have currently there's just not a lot, and I'm just conserving everything I use. I mean, use these bigger pieces in the bag just to make a bigger scene or set. That's a suggestion for you guys. And this stop motion was in 15 SPS, so let's continue with these scenes and let's see how much other stuff I can do. I really wanted to make it a lot better than the last one because I used a lot of blue screen, and now that I got the bricks for it, I can actually make something incredible. Look at that. Oh, actually look at it from this angle. That looks like a bridge of vendor. And then using Duplo blocks to save on black bricks, which I don't have many of, I used Duplo in the background, and it covers up the frame exactly. And there it goes. But still, I'm just so proud of the stop motion that I'm doing. So yeah, we're gonna continue on with the documentary.